On this episode of the Turnbuckle, AEW's Warlow is the victim of a car break-in and he got his TNT title stolen. There was a dramatic scene following the Roxanne Perez Meiko Satomura title match at NXT's Roadblock, and MLW files an amended WWE lawsuit, and they are at the risk of being irreparably destroyed. Folks, reading your favorite wrestling moves and wrestling news because it's time for the Turnbuckle. Warlow revealed on social media that he is a recent victim of car theft. On Twitter Tuesday evening, Warlow shared a video of his rental car, which had been broken into. Warlow noted that everything in the car had been stolen, including his ring gear and the TNT Championship. Well, thanks to the person who broke into my rental car and took absolutely everything from me, Warlow says in the video. My TNT title, my ring gear, my boots, my whole life were in those bags. I don't know if that means I'll have to beat the crap out of Hobbs in these clothes I'm wearing right now, but one way or another, I'm going to make it to Sacramento and we're going to get this crap done. Whoever did this, better thank God I didn't catch you in the act, as your jaw would be as shattered as his glasses. So, an unfortunate event took place. Thank goodness nobody was harmed, right? Thank goodness that, Wardlow's okay and there wasn't anything like super serious that was stolen. I know the TNT title, I know. But still, I'm glad that everybody is safe and sound and nobody got super harmed. To rob Wardlow of all people, okay, you clearly must have a death wish. So hopefully wherever they are locked in some sort of sealed, airtight bunker and nothing and no one can penetrate them, and I don't know, maybe they'll just make silly faces in the title and then play Warlow's music and then pretend to be him. That's the best thing I can think of right now. So I'm sure that maybe by the end of, what's today, Wednesday? Yeah, by the end of the week we'll have, a resolution on this whole story, and Warlow will have his title back and his ring gear, and everything will be fine and we'll all live happily ever after. Next, we're going to talk about a dramatic scene following the Roxanne Perez Meiko Satomura title match at NXT's Roadblock. In a dramatic finish to the NXT Roadblock special, NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez suddenly collapsed after she retained her title against Meiko Satomura. She was stretchered out of the arena. Her mentor and current NXT commentator Booker T ran into the ring to try and help her. In a digital exclusive that WWE posted on social media, WWE referees and first responders appeared to have trouble getting Perez in the ambulance. To add to the drama, Shawn Michaels can be seen in the video visibly upset. At one point, the WWE Hall of Famer is yelling at them to be quicker. WWE later shared an official update on Perez on its Twitter account. Roxanne Perez will be kept overnight in the hospital for observation and continued testing, WWE said. The match between Perez and Satomura happened after Perez called Satomura to be her tag team partner, and the two successfully faced the former NXT Women's Tag Team Champions Katana Chance and Kane Carter. After they were successful, Perez gave Satomura a future title shot, which ended with Perez retaining the title, but also going to the hospital. Perez has been the NXT Women's Champion since defeating former WWE superstar Mandy Rose on the December 13th edition of NXT. I don't know how to feel about this. So this happened at the end. The match was great. A lot of back and forth. I really liked the whole in-ring psychology and everything like that. I like that all of Roxanne's training culminated to when she was just getting the meat kicked off of her. She was, just sort of walking it off and everything like that, and I really like that. If this does end up being real, I hope to whoever's listening that she is okay and that she recovers soon and that all of this is just a very funny memory. But if this isn't real, then again, man, this was a weird thing to do for the championship match. And I guess it sort of puts, I don't know, I guess it's supposed to be oh, she fought for her championship all the way to the end and then she collapsed. What a fighter. You know what I mean? If that's what's supposed to be, then it's okay, sure, but I personally don't know, because I don't know if she's actually hurt or not. So if a report comes out and she is hurt, then I hope that, she makes a speedy recovery. But I will say, they quoted in the article, they put hospital and collapsed in quotations. So they don't think that it's real. So I hope that it's not, because then we're going to look like a bunch of doofuses right now. Finally, we're going to talk about MLW and how they filed an amended WWE lawsuit, and they're also at the risk of being irreparably destroyed. On the final day they could amend their lawsuit against WWE following a judge's ruling, MLW did just that on Monday, which included additional information that highlighted their recent issues with Reels. The amended lawsuit was filed in U.S. District Court in the Northern District of California, based in San Jose. On February 13th, the court granted WWE's motion to dismiss the antitrust portion of the lawsuit and gave MLW 21 days to refile. Calling it predatory conduct, MLW is continuing to claim that WWE is impeding their ability to, quote, compete in the licensing of its programming for distribution on streaming services, and continues to threaten to deprive MLW of its ability to license its programming for distribution on cable. Through WWE's actions, MLW says they are, quote, at risk of its business being irreparably destroyed. MLW is claiming they are at risk of losing their deal with Reels because of an exclusivity clause WWE has with NBC's Universal's Peacock. Shortly after MLW debuted on Reels in February, the latter announced a streaming deal with Peacock, but because of the clause, any MLW programming has to be blacked out when airing on Peacock. Along with the Peacock/Reels news, it was reported shortly after by Variety that MLW's deal with Reels is ending in April. Reels released a statement saying no decision had been made by either side. As part of trying to meet the court's demand for more evidence, the updated filing claims that WWE has 92% of the total market, with AEW controlling 6% of the market, leaving 2% for everyone else. Additionally, the updated filing also included WWE's effort to block Ring of Honor from running Madison Square Garden in New York City during WrestleMania weekend in 2018 as further proof of the aforementioned predatory practices. I just want to go ahead and give a shout out to MLW for not giving up on this. I also want to give a shout out to the fact that they went until the very last day. So that's interesting. Yeah, so MLW is more so talking about what they're doing right now than what they were doing before. And what they were doing before is certainly not helping WWE right now because it's just adding on to what is happening right now anyway. So MLW is like, this isn't fair. This is not fair in any sense of the word, no matter how you put it, no matter what day of the week it is. Okay, 6 ways to Sunday, this isn't fair. I don't know what you're doing, WWE, and I need you to stop it. Now, I don't necessarily, again, I'm not a businessman. I don't actually know what is going to happen. WWE could win and just, you know what I'm saying? Sweep this away, and that's the end of it. You know what? Or MLW could win. No. Yeah, okay. MLW could win. I think I confused myself a little bit. And I assume that first of all, WWE is going to have to pay something. And then WWE is probably then going to have to do some sort of retract this from the contract and put that in it. Now we can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but that's, as close as I can assume as to what's going to happen. What do we talk about? I don't know why you would rob Warlow of all people. I do like the idea that no one is safe. I don't care who you are, okay? If your car is easy to break into, your TNT title is mine, and so is your gear that is not going to fit on me. Yeah, let me, by the way, with the width in my arm about the same width as like the stand that's holding up my ring light, let me put on Warlow's gear, so as soon as I put it on, as if I'm like a straw, it just goes right through me and onto the floor. What? I hope that the Mako Satomura stuff isn't, the Roxanne Perez stuff isn't real. I personally hope it isn't real. If it is real, that is incredibly sad, and I hope that she's okay. But if it's not real, man, again, I can't stop saying this. It's such a weird ending because you didn't need to do that. That is a weird thing to do to, I guess, bolster some type of, I don't even know. Because I guess the idea is that the fans are supposed to be like, wow, she fought all the way to the end, and she almost died. But she's still the champion. Wow. Like, what? That's a weird take. And then MLW files amended WWE lawsuit at the last second. Shouts out to them for doing that. I don't necessarily know what that means. I spoke about this not recently. I spoke about this the last time too. This tells you that MLW, at least so far, has the financial backing in order to do this. So I don't necessarily know how long this is going to last, but I would argue if we're going to talk endurance, WWE is definitely going to blow MLW out of the water in terms of financial stability. So again, we're going to have to see how this turns out, and only time will tell who's actually going to walk away from this. Folks, that's going to do it for this episode. Hopefully everybody has a wonderful tonight and a wonderful tomorrow. And as always, big hugs. Big hugs all around.